Okay.
Good evening, everyone. My name is June Pasal, the chair of the Commerce Committee. I'd like to call the meeting to order and thank everyone for coming. At this time, we're going to do a roll call / introduction. Since we only have about 7 people on the call, we're going to go through the list so everyone could just introduce themselves. Like I just did, my name is June Pasal. I'm the chair of the Commerce Committee. In no particular order, you could just introduce yourself. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that person.
I'm on the meeting, June. It's Ruby.
Oh, thank you, Ruby.
Okay.
Next person.
I'm Sonia Clark.
Welcome.
Good evening, Alexander Kelly.
Next.
Good evening. I'm Patrick Agard, and representing M&R Cafe and Executive Lounge.
Thank you, Mr. Agard. I think we have like 2 or 3 more people on the call.
Hi, this is Bree DaCosta. I'm just one of the Commerce Committee members.
Welcome, Ms. Bree. Next. Okay, hearing no other person, maybe they stepped away or something. I move on to the next item on the agenda. The next item is the chairperson's report. So for the chairperson's report, that comes from the chair, obviously. I'm really working on trying to build a committee. As you know, when there's a change in any chairperson, there's usually a lapse in membership or attendance. So I'm working on trying to build back the attendance or build back the community members. I want committee members to bear in mind that if you miss 3 consecutive meetings, you will be removed from the committee, not just because we want to remove you, but because, it's very important that we keep a quorum so that we can vote on the items that are, in front of us. Without a quorum, it's very hard to get any business of the committee done. So that's very important. If each member that we have, I know we only have a few members on board, would like to invite anyone to join the Commerce Committee Commerce Committee, that would be also very nice. But we're working on building the Commerce Committee attendance back together. Mm-hmm. I don't want to invite guest speakers right as yet due to the fact that attendance is so low, and it wouldn't be very nice to have a guest speaker. We only have 5 people on the call. It doesn't really, I want to cater to a broader audience. So for now, we're just going to hold off on the guest speakers. But I would like to propose an event for next March, which would be like a networking breakfast. I think I discussed it last month's meeting, where we could invite a few of agencies, and we can have a wider audience and have a informative discussion. So that's something we can work on the coming months ahead. Or if anyone else has any other suggestions that they would like to throw out to the committee, I'm willing to listen to that. Today, I just like to discuss, for the benefit of some of the members, I'm not sure if you're aware, but there are temporary permits that are being issued to liquor license applicants. As of January this year, the SLA start issuing temporary permits to liquor license applicants so that while they're waiting for the permanent license to process, they can actually be in business and operate and, and stay in compliance until, because the license takes a long time. That temporary permit it lasts for 90 days, and of course it's renewable. That ends my brief report today. Are there any questions on my report?
The networking breakfast is always great. I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you, Ms.
Yeah.
Ruby. Please identify
Yeah.
yourself. Please identify yourself when you speak so it could go down on the minutes. Thank you.
Yeah, it's Ruby. I was saying that the networking breakfast is great. I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you.
Also, do you have any idea where the venue?
No, I'll work on the venue in the next month or so.
Very good. Thank you, Julie.
You're welcome, Ms. Ruby. Moving right along, the next item on the agenda is the approval of the September minutes. Unfortunately, again, we do not have a quorum and we're unable to approve any minutes. So I want to really reinforce that having a quorum is very important. So we're going to work on that. We can't approve the minutes, so we'll move on to the next item. It's the, well, it's unfinished business, but we're going to switch that around and we're going to go to new business, which is the liquor license applications that we have on the table today. So the first item we have on the agenda today is Blaze Seafood, which is located at 1714 Nostrand Avenue in Brooklyn, New York, 11226. This is a new application. It's a restaurant, it's a restaurant, and they're seeking a full liquor license. I think representing Blaze Seafood is Mr. Kelly. I'm not sure. Are you the owner, sir? You'll have to unmute
Yes,
yourself.
Yes, I am.
You are. Okay, can you tell us a little bit about your business?
Right now, I'm running a seafood and chicken restaurant, and I'm trying to get a liquor license to do karaoke on the weekends.
Okay. What are your hours of operation?
It's from 11 to 10, Monday through Thursday, Friday 11 to 11, and Sunday 12 to 8.
Okay. The floor is open. Are there any questions for Mr. Kelly? There's no incident at that location due to the fact it's a new liquor license as well. There's no incident on that at that location. The floor is open for any questions.
I have a question about the music or soundproofing that you mentioned karaoke. Will there also be parties, and will there be some soundproofing between you and any apartments or surrounding businesses that might be impacted by noise?
We got a check cashing. They open, but they close. They close early, so the time that I'm gonna keep the karaoke, they'll be closed. And it's only on weekends I'm gonna keep it.
So you're saying you're in a commercial strip area? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Or? Okay.
But nobody is around me. Only somebody gonna be on the top, like the apartment.
Oh, there's apartments on. Okay.
Yeah, there's one apartment. But the hours that I'm gonna do it, the business is closed around me.
And you will be applying for a temporary license because you didn't take that on your 30-day notice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you just have new application, but that's something we have to disclose to the community board. Mhm. Is that a yes or no, sir? Mhm.
Yes. You mean temporary? What do you mean by temporary? Only for a while?
No. If during my report you heard me discuss temporary, the SLA is issuing temporary license while your permanent license is being processed. But you have to apply.
Oh yes, I would. Yeah,
That's
temporary,
yeah. Okay. Are there any other questions for Blaze Seafood?
Say what his seating will be?
Please identify your name for the minutes. And
Oh, I thought you'd seen it. This is Sonia Clark. Did he speak about the seating in the,
no, he did not. So Doc, you can ask.
so
Mhm.
can you tell me what the seating would be?
Oh yeah, I got seating. The seating is around
I can hardly hear you,
20
sorry.
chairs. Like 20 chairs.
Okay, will they be, like bar chairs or chairs and tables?
I got like tables. I got 4 bar chairs and tables.
Okay,
So what's the square footage, sir? That we will have an idea.
yes,
The square
thanks.
footage is around 500 square feet. It's not big. It's
500
small.
square. Mhm.
Yeah, the restaurant is 1,000 square feet, but in the open areas around 500. After restaurant.
Okay.
Now, I'm not very familiar with the location. I didn't hear the exact location, but I wanted to find out.
I can repeat it. It's
Yes, please.
1714 Nostrand Avenue. Can you give us the cross street, Mr. Kelly?
Yes,
It's between Cartelio and Clarendon.
Okay.
Artelio and Clarendon.
Oh, so that's near to like the old Cafe Omar around there somewhere over
Oh
there?
yeah, up the block. Yeah.
Okay, so, so parking is kind of challenging over there, right? Because I know over there, usually people in those established, double parking can be a concern and so forth. So, is that a concern for you in terms of people coming and congregating and parking and,
Oh, you got parking on the side blocks and stuff.
and the established has an, emergency exit?
Yes, yeah, emergency. Like 2 exits.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not you well because I think you're moving away from the microphone, so I wasn't hearing you. So you said it has exits.
Yes, we got 2 exits, one in the front and one in the back.
Okay. And I gather that when the it is open, that the emergency exit will not be locked.
Oh no.
That's all the questions I have so far.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Clark. If there's no other questions for Mr. Kelly, we'll move on to the next applicant. Is there any other questions for this applicant? Blaze Seafood?
Good evening.
Good evening.
It's me, Adele.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
It's me, Adele Bennett.
Oh, hi, Adele Bennett. How are you?
I'm good.
You have a question for Blaze Seafood?
Where's it located?
1714 Nostrand Avenue,
No, not really.
between Cartelio and
Clarendon.
Clarendon.
No, not really. Not at this time, no.
Okay, thank you so much. We're going to move on to the next applicant, okay? Mr. Kelly, are you aware of the meeting tomorrow night? Is that correct? You have to be at that meeting, the community board meeting, because that's where we will vote on your application. We do not have all our members here tonight to do a recommendation,
Yeah.
but you also still have to attend that meeting tomorrow night, okay?
Tomorrow, what time?
Yes, feel free to stay on the call if you wish.
About the meeting, I got the did you send me an email and the address?
I will send that to you in a few minutes, Mr. Kelly.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly.
Welcome.
Moving right along, the next applicant is Executive Lounge. I think Mr. Agard, you're representing them.
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah.
So Executive Lounge is a renewal. It's located at 957 Utica Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. They have a full liquor license. They've been in business, I'm not sure how long. Mr. Agard, can you help me there?
Since 2010.
Okay, since 2010. Okay, that's a pretty long time. This time, the police report states there is no incident at that location. I will now open the floor up for any questions for Mr. Agard. The floor is open. Mr. Kelly, could you mute your, thank you. Are there any questions for Mr. Agard?
This is Bree DeCosta. What are the hours of operation for Executive Lounge?
He's open from 4 to 4, actually. He's got in on the days when they were giving out the 4 o'clock closings with no problems. So, but there's never been any incidences there. And he closes really when the customers leave, but he's able to stay till 4 a.m.
And one more question, do they serve food at Executive Lounge to offset any issues there might be with drinking?
Yes, now that's New York state law, they have to serve food, so they do have a facilities now for serving food in the in his location for the last 4 years.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Bree. The floor is still open for any other questions for Mr. Agard on
yes.
Executive Lounge. Mhm.
So I have a question.
Go
Is
ahead.
everything- Yeah, hi. Are they up to code with Department of Health, the inspections that are required from the Department of Buildings and the Fire Code Department? The Fire Department, Fire Code.
I'm sorry. Yes, he's up to code with all of the agencies, with the fire department as far as the ANSO systems and exhaust systems, Department of Health, building department. There's no nothing against his business. I'm not sure about the building itself, but nothing against his business with the Department of Buildings. But I can clarify that, and for tomorrow night's meeting, I can have that updated information for you on that.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Agard. If he's not up to code, he will not get the renewal. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. But as the authority lets it be known that New York City, if they have any issues with any of their agencies, with any of the licensees, they have the right to step in. So
Exactly. Mhm.
but just to satisfy everyone, I will check that with the Department of Buildings on the building itself.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I will entertain one more last question on this applicant, and we'll move to the next, if there's any. Okay, hearing none. Again, Mr. Agard, I'm sure you're familiar with this procedure. We will see you at the meeting tomorrow night. I think you have one more applicant today.
Yes, I do.
Yes, okay, so you know the location and everything, so I don't have to tell you anything. Moving on to the next applicant, which is M&R Cafe and Lounge. Is located at 9008 Avenue A as in Apple, Brooklyn, New York, 11236. It's a new application. They're applying for a temporary retail permit as well. They're requesting a wine, beer, and cider. It's a restaurant with a full kitchen and a full menu. The police report states there is no incident at this location. However, if there was an incident, since it's a new application, it will not apply to that applicant. I will now open the floor for any questions relating to this application. The floor is now open.
Good evening, same question. Are they up to code? Fire Department, Department of Buildings, and Department of Health.
Okay. This location is brand new, And we just recently completed the application for the Department of Health. They got approved, but they haven't been inspected yet. As far as the Department of Buildings, we have the expediters who are with the building department looking into that to make sure that everything is compliant for the liquor license portion. Since they're only doing a beer, wine, and cider, they technically tried to open up just as the pandemic hit. And so they were on hiatus for the last 2 years, and now they feel comfortable to move forward. So they're between Remsen and 91st. And I don't know if any of you know that area, but they just recently built their outdoor seating that New York City provides the restaurants to do. Since they were doing takeout during the, wanted to do takeout during the pandemic, but that didn't work out. So now they're moving forward with everything. And the seating, they can hold about 30 people inside. We're not quite sure as to how many tables and chairs are going to be in there, but they can go up to about 50 people. But I know they said they want to keep it around 30 people in that location. And they do have a backyard, which they would only use during the summer months, but with no music outside. It would just be for dining purposes only.
Okay. And what about the fire code? Are they up to code or fire code?
Well, the fire code they would only get compliant with that once the inspection is done with the health department. Then the fire department would come in after that, and they don't give you dates for that. They just show up and inspect your kitchen equipment. And if that's all compliant, they'll issue you the license from the fire department. So we have to just wait on.
Okay, so it's in process.
It's in process, yes.
It's in process. All right, thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Agard, I have a small question. You said they have a backyard facility. Would the backyard be licensed so they can take a drink outside? I know you said there's no music, but I just want to make sure that.
Yeah, that's one of the plans for the liquor license to include the backyard, yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I know that area. It's in my area. I live over there.
Oh, okay. All righty.
The floor is still open if there are any other questions.
Yeah. Yes, I have a question. Did I hear that there will be no music?
No music outside.
Oh, outside. Okay, because I was beginning to wonder where.
That's a good one, Sonia.
I was making up a story, right?
I know I was wait. We look at this thing because no music.
No.
Something's just not right there. Yep.
Something wasn't right there. Okay.
Yeah, but you gotta remember,
Understand.
that block is half commercial and half residential.
I beg your pardon?
That block is half commercial and half residential.
Yes, it is. That half of the block, as you know, where they are, there's about like a strip of about 6 stores and across the street, and then the rest is all private homes.
That's
So,
right. And behind all that is homes.
Yes, all private homes. They're very conscious of that. So, we've had that conversation that they have to keep things tight over there.
Keep it nice and quiet.
Yes.
All right, thanks.
Question, and coming back again to parking, because the reason why I'm saying this is that living in Brooklyn and where there are a lot of night entertainment, we always have a problem with parking. And I just want to make sure that the residents that live in these neighborhoods do not have to be calling the cops because some people are blocking their driveway. We experience that in our neighborhood right now. People literally blocking your driveway when they're at a party late at night because they assume that, hey, these people are sleeping, so they don't care if anybody blocks the driveway. But that's not true, because if you have an emergency, you need to be able to get out of their driveway. So I think the establishments need to be conscious of that in as much as that people are in bed at night, they cannot block people's driveway, and they have to be conscious about that.
I wholeheartedly agree with that, Ms. Clark. One of the things that we've learned to do and to suggest to business owners is that they leave their number or a number where they can be reached at any time that any problem arises before it becomes, any challenge arises before it becomes a problem. So they will be leaving their number and reaching out to the residents of the block. But also, in addition to that, they are a neighborhood establishment. So I don't think they're relying too much on people coming from outside. Because there's going to be no like guest artists or anything coming in there like that on a regular basis, and there's going to be no working with any promoters or anything. So they're strictly looking to be a neighborhood restaurant, so hopefully attracting people who can walk to the establishment to go there.
Okay, I think it's always, and this goes for all owners of these entertainment and bars and restaurants. It's always a good idea to meet, especially in block associations within the neighborhood. It's always a good idea to meet with the block associations first, at least. At least they know that you're coming. They know that you'll be having applying for liquor license. They know that there will be, parking. There will be alcoholic consumption. That way, they have a better understanding of who are coming in their community, and in more cases than not, they will be appreciative of that, and they will be conscious that you have to make a living too, but at least you're considerate of the residents as well. So sometimes it's usually a good idea to meet with block associations.
Okay, I think I heard, was it Ms. Bennett said that she lives in the area?
Okay.
And if she knows of any block association directly that business would affect, if she can share that with us or share it with the office, and I can get the information from Ms. Fraser.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, if you talk to Ms. Fraser, she'll probably say what a block association is in that area.
Whatever block association that you know of in that area, we would reach out to. Yes.
The major problem on the opposite side of that street with a so-called event space. They used the backyard, and it was disturbing all the neighbors behind that business. It was horrible.
Okay. Well, I hope
Also, Mr. Agard, so any establishment that's applying for a liquor license usually have to post a notice on the front of the establishment, so people who are passing are aware that they're applying for a liquor license. So that's another way for the residents within the neighborhood to be aware, to be knowledgeable that that's coming to their neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other questions for Mr. Agard or on this application? Hearing none?
Oh, Madam Chair.
I think you have to take note of people who have their hands up.
Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't see. My
That's okay.
apologies. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Mr. Tate. Sorry, I need to make this
Yes.
smaller.
Oh, sorry, but
My apologies.
That's all right. No, I was having a kind of audio problem, so I was trying to adjust my audio. So
Got you.
my question on this, Mr. Hager, is that because I might have missed it while I was messing around with it. What's the exact location of the place?
It's 9008 Avenue A between Remsen and 91st.
It's on 91st.
Also to
You say, and this is it's an event place, right?
No, it's a restaurant.
Or just a regular restaurant? Okay.
Regular restaurant, yes. And they have
was this-
outdoor seating built out already.
Okay, and again, I might have missed everything, but and I'm sorry if I'm asking the question.
That's okay, Mr. Tate. We have a lot of time.
What was the seating capacity?
They can hold up to 54, but they're only going to keep it down to about 30, 35 people.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for coming, Mr. Tate. How are you?
You're welcome.
Okay.
Last month I was away. I don't know if you are aware. I had that.
No, I was not, but welcome back, and I'm happy to have you here.
Okay.
Okay, actually, this month we have a couple more members attended than last month. All right, if there's no other question for Mr. Agard, I don't have to tell you where downstairs is. You're well aware where that is, and I will see you tomorrow night.
Yes, we will. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for coming. Okay, moving right along. At this time, we'll have any unfinished business. That's the next item on the agenda. I don't think we have any, but I'll open up the floor for any open discussion, anything anyone would like to discuss.
Can I ask a question, Ms. June?
Oh, sure, Mr. Agard.
As far as the items that were discussed last month, would those be taken up tomorrow night?
Yes,
Okay.
they will not be discussed again. They would just do a vote on those items.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Committee members, the floor is open for any suggestions, any questions, anything you want to share, any
I have a question. This is Bree DaCosta. I've been living in the neighborhood almost 8 years now, and I just have a question about how what we're doing, I mean, as a commerce committee, or even someone like Mr. Agard, to attract businesses that are a little bit more diverse than, what we typically see along, Church Avenue or Notion Avenue. Would the networking event that you mentioned be an appropriate place to potentially invite local entrepreneurs who are looking to expand, or people who are looking to open, businesses or restaurants, and, kind of give them an idea of what is lacking in this particular community to maybe diversify the businesses a bit?
Yeah, the networking breakfast will be open up to those people that you just discussed. People looking to open a new business, people who are already in business, those kinds of people that we're getting to. And you said you've been living in this community. Can you specify the approximation area? I mean, you don't have to say exactly where. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I don't have a problem telling you where. I'm on East 49th between Church and Snyder, and I've been living here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm on that side of Church, closer to Utica, but I just, I feel like I see a lot of the same, and, wondered if there were opportunities to, reach out to potential, business owners who are looking to expand, or even people who are, establishing themselves and trying to open restaurants or, other businesses, to see if we can bring newness to the community.
I think that's a very good point. I think, in my opinion, I haven't been on Church Avenue a lot, but there have been a little change in what we used to have back in the days to now, but there's a little bit change than before, but there's always room for growth. So yes, that's one of the point of the networking breakfast, is to, gear to those folks to see where we can, and we'll be having the people from the different agencies to help people who want to get into business as well. I hope that answers.
Thank you for that. Yeah, that definitely does. And I just wanted to say, I just noticed too recently more storefronts that are closed, so I don't know what the affordability is like over here, or if that's something that we can discuss too, because, some of the businesses that have been in business for a while are starting to close, so that's sad to see, but, I don't know if that's part of what we can discuss as well at a networking event.
Definitely. I think a lot has to do with, COVID and what we've been through for the last couple of years. Some of these landlords are trying to recoup their rent that they lost during COVID by doubling the rent. So it makes it unaffordable for people who have already been in business. So yeah, there's a lot of factors involved in that. So, but definitely that's something can be addressed at that event. The floor is open for any other suggestions, comments, concerns. Anything? Hello? Go ahead, Ms. Bennett.
I was going to say, the last couple of meetings before you took over, we were looking into some of the, so to say, bad businesses, especially these corner stores.
I'm sorry, I'm not hearing you clearly. Mhm.
Can you hear me clear now?
Yes.
Okay, I was going to say, we were looking in, Hassan was looking into some of the bad businesses in the area, especially a lot of these little corner so-called deli stores.
What kind of stores you said?
A little delicatessens, they call them
Oh,
delis.
dollar stores?
No, deli.
Or deli? Okay.
It's not really delis. A lot of them don't have any type of certification. They're cutting meat, and most of it's old. And they're cooking in there, and they're selling it to our children, because I've seen them, especially the one on Avenue D in Utica. I went in there. I said, okay, it looks okay. Oh, let me go in there. Place is filthy. And they're cooking on a hot plate, making hamburgers, french fries, whatever. And I didn't see one food handling license or no certificate from the Department of Health. Hassan checked it out. He said I was correct. They have nothing. But
So
it
that's
seems,
something, yeah, we just referred the Department of Health to them.
but it seems to be the norm in this community that these kind of stores are popping up everywhere. People go in and they don't even question their own health.
Well, I think, Adele, a lot of them come under the impression that they're opening a deli, and then they do these things, and this is where enforcement coming. So when we see something that's not being done, something that's being done that should not be done, then we report it to the correct agency and let them enforce it. That's what we need to do. So you guys are like your ears out there. If you see something that you know is not correct or need to be addressed, then we just take it to the correct agency.
Yeah, because I thought that as the community board, and the county, we should look into that just to check it for ourselves, because they're going to poison somebody's child in this community. They don't care. That's what I noticed. They don't care. They don't live in the community, majority of them.
I mean, I want to agree with you to say they don't care. I mean, it's a lot going on out there. So if you bring something to someone and they don't do anything, then you can say, well, oh, nothing was done. I brought it to their attention. But if it's brought to someone's attention, and I'm thinking that's why we have a community board where we can bring it to the community board, and the community board can then take it to the agency that deals with it and let them handle that, because we can't enforce it.
No, I'm not forcing it. You should be able to at least listen to the health department. How come check out all these places, because they're not helping or benefiting this community.
I understand. Totally understand.
Child or grandchild.
You can't write them a ticket, Adele? No, I'm just kidding. No, that was a joke.
Yeah, they don't give it to us.
Yes, yeah. But no, that's good information for us to know. So the next time I go to a deli, I'm gonna look to see if they're doing what they're not supposed to be doing. I don't really go into delis, but yeah.
Because what I found out, to check COVA, you have to have a Department of Agriculture license.
Got you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Floor still open for comments, suggestions, anything you would like us to address? Okay, if there's no other comment or issues, can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? Excuse me? Hello?
Free DaCosta, I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Can I have a second? Who second? George Tate second? Thank you guys for coming out. Have a pleasant evening, and remember next month, please bring a friend to or invite a friend to the meeting so we can build attendance. I thank you so much for your time, and have a pleasant evening, everyone.
Good night, Jim.
Good night, all.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Okay,
Hi,
Mr.
Carol.
Dell. I mean, you hear me, Mr. Dell. I did this
That's
thing
okay.
for you. I'm gonna send it to you now while you're online with me, so you could tell me if this is exactly what you want.
Okay, no problem. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have time. I don't know if you heard me, but I was like, huh?
You were like, huh? Yeah, I was
Yes.
like, why she said, I heard you said, huh? I'm like, oh no, now
Then
this
I
lady
just
was
happened to look up at the time. That's what made me say, huh?
well, I mean, if there's nothing more to discuss, what am I gonna hold on the meeting for? You know what I'm saying? She now joined the meeting. Kendra, the meeting finished.
Okay, we can get
Okay, but
it.
don't leave. This she wants to be a member, Carol, this young lady.
Okay, have her. I don't know how to get in touch with her. Have her call Sharif, so Sharif will have it, and she can be added to the list, and then I can add her to the commerce.
Because she was trying to get on for the longest while. Also, something was brought to my attention. I think Sharif might tell you about it too. You know, when you send out the meeting, the stuff to join the meeting,
Yes.
when Sharif sends out the stuff to join the meeting, it's just one little login thing. Somebody made a comment saying that you got to download a whole lot of stuff. I don't know what the issue is.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is. Yeah,
Nobody
exactly.
else ever complained about not being able, unless there's something with their computer and they're having a problem logging in.
Yeah.
Everybody else seems to log in fine.
Carol,
No,
I
what-
don't see you send it to me. I don't have anything.
I'm getting ready to send it now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Kendra, you can log off, but we finished. We're just doing the meeting is finished. We're just doing some. I'm gonna send you the application so you can they can put it on the stuff. Mhm.
No problem.
All right. Thank you for joining
All right,
late.
thank you. You're welcome.
All right. Bye now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. How did you think the meeting went, Carol?
Good.
Okay. I mean,
Like you said, why sit there and hold people up when
Well,
there's
what am I going to
say?
talk? What am I going to talk about? There's nothing more to talk about. There's only three. I'm not going to have a guest speak. You know who wanted to join the meeting tonight? He was asking for the link, but you didn't. I thought you sent it to him, so I didn't.
Send it to you.
Oh, no, Mark Pierre. I don't know why.
I did send it to Mark.
Oh, okay, because I see he wasn't on the call, so yeah.
No, I did. Remember the email that you answered back
Right,
to me to say,
right,
"Thank you"?
yeah,
That's
yeah,
the one
okay.
I sent to Mark.
Okay, fair enough. But I gotta say this. Are you like? I mean, what are we doing about delis? I mean, she just is. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. But at least
What
this
did I
month,
just say?
this month we have a little more participation than last month. George said he was away.
Yes.
You know, so I see
Yeah,
more, a few. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 members, 6 committee members. I was there tonight.
Okay.
So that's better than, and I mean, Margarita would have been 7th and Mr. Frederick's 8th. Mr.
Right.
Frederick wasn't there tonight. So it's growing slowly. I mean, like I said, if I can get 10 or 15 past members that would come to the meeting, I'm comfortable with that. I don't want a whole bunch, you know,
Hold on, let me close this. I don't think I closed it. So
that are
it's-
not coming to the meeting. Yeah.
Okay, let me save it. And close. Yeah. While I was listening to the meeting, I was doing it for you.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. No problem.
That's why when I heard you say for adjournment, I was like,
I was like, what? Who said that? I'm like, you would be happy to get off the meeting. I mean, were we supposed to go
No,
till what?
I was kind of shocked.
No, because I get the business done. What else more do I need to do?
You know, I was like, and like I said, when
I
you
had
asked
the
me
meeting.
that-
I had the meeting open for discussion. I have an open discussion that's not even on the agenda. I give them a chance to speak. You know, it's not much people there to speak. So
That's it.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna next month. I'm gonna talk to this guy to get the location and the date secure for the networking meeting, and then we're gonna start working on the agencies from now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. Or we could wait. We could wait till January and start working. You know what I'm saying? Or I just want to secure the date and the time, right?
Okay.
I mean, the earlier the better, right? We can act from now.
Yeah.
We can, yeah, because once we get them locked in, then that way we don't have to worry about it.
Okay, let me go into the commerce. Maybe that's good
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
Commerce Committee attendance. Here it is right here in my face.
Mhm.
Okay, let me just check and make sure I got the right one.
The meeting's supposed to finish at 9.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I remember the last time Rudy logged on at 8:30. I'm like, duh.
Okay.
Meeting starts at 7:30. You log on at 7:30. No, wait till 8:30.
Wait until almost 9 o'clock.
You turn off the recorder, right?
No, I didn't want to turn it off because, well, let me stop the recording. I can at least
Yeah.
stop the recording.
Mm-hmm.